Tonight, I'd like to share a quiet story about companionship and what it reveals when tested. Two travelers set out together on a long road. They did not know each other well, but walking side by side made the distance feel shorter. The path was wide, the sky open, their footsteps falling into a shared rhythm. They spoke little, yet the silence between them felt comfortable enough. As the day went on, the road narrowed, the air grew still. Something shifted, not in the landscape, but in the space between them. Ahead, a shape appeared on the ground, a moment of uncertainty. A pause. One traveler stepped back, the other stepped forward. Their choices were quick, almost instinctive. Nothing dramatic followed, no struggle, no raised voices, only a brief distance, clearly drawn. When the danger passed, the road opened again. The sky remained unchanged, the dust settled as it always did. The travelers looked at one another, seeing now what had been invisible before, not anger, not blame, just understanding. They continued on, no longer walking quite the same way, not farther apart, but no longer assuming they would always choose together. We set out early on the same road, not knowing much but walking close. The distance felt a little less with someone else beside the steps. No promises, no spoken plans, just shared dust on borrowed land. You don't know what a moment shows until the ground begins to change. Some choices happen quietly before we ever think to speak. It's not about who stayed or ran, it's what we learn when paths divide. The road grew narrow as the light fell softer toward the edge of day. No warning sign, no sudden sound, just something waiting on the ground. One moved ahead, one stepped away, decisions made without delay. You don't know what a moment shows until the ground begins to change. Some choices happen quietly before we ever think to speak. It's not about who stayed or ran, it's what we learn when paths divide. No anger passed between the two, no blame was placed, no truth denied. Just a line drawn in the dust, showing how trust rearranges. You don't know what a moment shows until the ground begins to change. Some choices happen quietly before we ever think to speak. It's not about who stayed or ran, it's what we learn when paths divide. They walked on under the open sky, not farther apart, not side by side, just knowing now in silent ways